Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Here is my next restoration, a very heavily play-worn Dinky Toys Rover 75. I've seen worse Rovers, so I'm pleased this isn't in that category. Obviously it's lost all its tyres, it's lost most of its paint. It looks like it was cream and black. I don't know what colour I'm going to do it yet, but at least there's no major repairs to do this at the moment. What I can tell you is it's quite rusty underneath. So without further ado, let's get it apart, shall we? Well, here we are with our Dinky Toys Rover 75, made by Meccano in England. 2 rivets, bit of rust I'd say on there. Axle looks bent there at the top. Paint's gone, it was two-tone, looks like cream over black. Bumpers are all there, front's all there. So tidy model, obviously showing its age, but the rivets are already pre-punched. So let's get a 2mm drill on there and see what we can do. Get down a bit further. Right, I've got some quite deep holes there, so we'll move on to a 4mm drill. See how we go. That one's through, just gently. Glad I did that gently. Made a few mistakes recently, you don't want to keep doing that. And that should just pop up, I'm hoping. So, there we go. Should think it'd be the same at the front. Yeah, bit of metal flew off. And a very rusty and crusty base. Not sure if it's meant to be like that. Yeah, it should be like that, but axle's clearly bent there. That needs to come off. That axle is bent as well. And they are peened on, so there we go. No glass. Looks like it was originally maroon, reddish maroon over what colour I don't know. So I'll have a look, and it's been looks like it's been hand painted, that cream. So not its original colours, we now know that. I will get some research done, see if I've got some cans that can emulate the original colour. If not, I'll just have to go with my own scheme. So next thing to do is just get a Dremel and get these off. Now just trying to find, this will be the end to do. So got the Dremel ready. Let's just get started. Right, that should just pull off now, and it does. Axle's so bent it doesn't want to actually come out. Yeah, I think we're going to have to replace the axle on this one, I think, because there we go. Not only is it bent, which isn't a big problem, but I think when I've straightened it, there won't be enough to peen it over again. So we've got a rusty base. We've got a hand-painted body. 2 bent axles. I'll take the wheels off this one later, and that can all go into the caustic soda. Well, we're back with our Dinky Toys. Little Rover, can't see it there, Rover 75. Try and get that clean. There we go. We're out the caustic soda. There's no damage, posts are okay, etc. That's fine. Axles are bent, straighten them out in a second. Let's get that other wheel off. That's all quite... There we go, that's off there. So I think the first thing we can do is straighten those axles out. Right, here we go. Oops. So try and give it a knock at this end. I think that's going to be okay. You can always try it later. This one's got a definite curve. That one was straighter and not too bad. Let's give it a go at that end. That's not too bad either. So can push those to one side and get on with the polishing next. So here we go with the polishing. Right, there's a lot of polishing to do there still. That's just the first pass, and we can clearly see it's a Rover 75 now by Dinky Toys. That base doesn't look too bad, maybe a bit bent. Now the casting, there's quite a bit of pitting on there. You may or may not be able to see it, but it doesn't look good. So, and the same with the bonnet. There's a bit of flashing there where my thumb is. You can just see that, hopefully in the light. Need to get a smaller brush, but casting line there from the looks of it for sure. And the same that side. One there. Not sure if that... Yeah, it's a 4-door, so it's just that little bit that goes from that vertical line out to the rear wheel arch. There it is, look, you can see it a bit clearer there. One there. Not so bad that side, but it is still there. So there's a bit of work, and that might need a smearing of filler on it. Obviously, wheels need polishing, so I'll do the rest of the polishing off camera, and then we'll take a look at it. Well, we're in our Rover 75, and you normally see me polish the wheels by nailing them to a piece of wood there, but another way is get the original axle or a nail and just put them on there. They're not have to fly off. Of course, just take it off, turn it round, same again. There we go. That is actually a much quicker method than what I've used before, because you can just give the axles a go at the same time. Sometimes the axles are better just put on something a bit harder. And then what I do is I go over with one of those wheels. That's quite a worn one, but go over with a new one and just see how we look. Well, here we are with our Rover, and as you can see, I put quite a bit of filler on it. That's the one I use. And the reason is it was really heavily pitted. We might even use the word cratered. So a bit of 240 now, just to get it moving. Especially down the rear pillars it was bad. And round the back there was a ding there, I think. Now that's off to take a fair bit of time, so I'll get back to you when that is done. As you can see, our Rover's been sanded down, revealing sort of holes everywhere, dips, etc. But the ready for a clean up with some isopropyl alcohol and then into primer for this. And I do know what colour it's going to be. It's going to be white. I know that's not original colour. It's not going to be a wedding car, but been doing a bit of research on this, and I'm off to leave it till the decal stage to know what it's going to be. So let's get it cleaned up and get it into primer. As you can see, we're back with our Rover 75, a simple model this week, and all in white. White gloss Auto Extreme with a PMA white primer. Just a black on the base there. Now, I've got these O-rings for the tyres. It would be nice to have added some treaded tyres, but I haven't got any, and as you can see, we're going with wheels of steel. Axles sorted. So the next thing is to get this pinned together. So let's get on with that, shall we? So here we go. There's the first one on. And through the base plate. Top on. Now there is enough to pin there. So got some little dimples in here. So I tend to put it in there to start with. And just get tapping. It's hard to see on the video, but I am trying to sort of tap at an angle here. Right, that's the first one on. And I've just got these O-rings for tyres, so I'll just put those on now. A bit cold in the garage today. Just trying to see the temperature gauge. 6.9. So we're moving back to tropical figures. There we go. And I'll just pin this one off camera, I think. So that's just going to slot in here. Right, apologies, there's probably a total lack of continuity there, because in between the clip you've just seen and this clip, I've repainted this because I saw a couple of things I wasn't happy with. Basically, a bit of filler showing there and a fingerprint somewhere else. But it's all nicely done again now, so we can just put it back together. Just get screws in. Screw that tight up yet. Oh. I'll use that bigger driver actually. Right, so there is our little Rover 75. Now, next stage is get the decals out and the detailing. So what I've got is one of these metallic brush pens. Now somebody asked me about this in the comments a couple of models ago, so I've just held it there so you can see it properly this time. And I'm not paid by the Chinese company, but I did get this from China through one of those well-known websites called Temu. So let's get that apart and just get our model into view. And we've got this bumper to do. Got around the middle headlight and sort of across. We've got this little bit here. I'm not sure if I'm off to do the whole bonnet stripe. I'll have to think about that. Of course, we've got some indicators there and some headlights. First thing to do is this bumper. It's not going to coat in one. Right, that's the front done. Some door handles. Now we've got the rear to do. Good line there to use. Probably wondering what she's going to be. Well, I can reveal she's going to be a rally car, endurance rally, Peking to Paris 2024. Now, I don't think a Rover actually took part in that rally, but lots of different cars do everything you can imagine. Porsches, Bentleys, Capris, Escorts, they're all in there. So this is a worthy entrant, in my opinion. Well, we're back with our Rover, and since you last saw it, a bit of work's gone on. I've done the headlights, if you can see there, with one of those liquid chrome Molotow pens. As you can see, I've done the bonnet chrome line, and I used that metallic brush pen for that, and I did the sides. What I did, I put 2 pieces of this low adhesive masking tape down either side of the bonnet line. Now I've done the bottom line on the sill as well, so we can just pull that off. Look, get a good line every time, no chance of pulling your paint off, which is excellent. There we go. So we are now ready for decals. Now, I've printed quite a few. It doesn't mean I'm going to use them. I've got a couple of 75s, which I am planning to use. So I think we'll get those on first. And I'll leave those pens there so you can see what I've used. Incidentally, it was painted, I'm sure I've already told you, in Auto Extreme Gloss White. Right, so we've done that first 75 in. While we're waiting a few seconds, got some Dunlops, some Castrals. I did do myself as a driver in this rally car, and my son as the... They were a bit big, and to be honest, if I go any smaller on my inkjet, it really isn't going to work. Good news is, I'm hopefully getting a laserjet printer early next week, and I've got some Peking to Paris ready to go. And what I'm going to do there is put a big one on the back, maybe get these little ones front or on the top there. I'll have to get the 75s quite low, I think. So here we go with our first decal. Get it in the middle of the door and at the bottom, I think. It's okay. It's one on. Just going to see if I can get this decal nicely on top. That's the Peking to Paris decal in position there. Pleased with that. So I'll do the other side off camera and think about where any other decals might go. Well, a bit of a different video finish this week. Rather than show me making the box, etc., I've already made it. It's got a picture of our actual car on there. There's the car. And I thought I'd just take this opportunity to just give you a few facts about the Peking to Paris Rally, which in 2024 was its 8th run. It started in 1907 and it's been brought back to life by a company called Hero ERA, and it normally runs from about mid-May to sort of late June, 20s of June, 23rd of summer. It's 37 days, quite grueling, over 14,500 kilometres, passing through China, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkey, Greece, Italy, San Marino and France in 2024. In 2025 it's taking a different route from what I've seen, and it's for all cars, and that's why I chose to do this Rover there. The overall winner in 2024 was a 1928 Bentley 4.5 Le Mans. Second was 1933 Alvis Firefly, and third was 1931 Ford Model A Coupe. So you can see you don't need Subarus, you don't need Toyota Celicas, four-wheel drive, etc. It's not that type of rally. It's more an endurance rally, passing through deserts, forests, mountains, and it has got special stages. There are time trials. I'd love to take part in it, but unfortunately I haven't got the money. It's a £69,000 entry fee, but I think for that you get your car transported to China. There's trailer support on the rally, there's food, people take your tents, etc. So you don't really need a big roof rack full of all sorts of spares, etc. Some cars seem to go with a lot more luggage and maintenance tools than others, but some, just like this Rover, and this one would actually race in the fifth class, which is for classic vehicles, the C class, for vehicles between 1948 and December 75 production. So ours would be one of the earliest in there, and I think it'd equip itself quite well. A simple car by today's standards. So that's it. What we'll do now is we'll put this Rover onto the turntable and let you take a good look at it, and we'll just give you a bit of information on the Rover vehicle itself. Here is what we started with, our Rover 75, heavily play worn, no tyres, rusty, but a great car to save. So without further ado, let's see how we got on, shall we? Because here it is now. Well, here is our Rover 75 Cyclops P4. In these days, in the 50s when this was made, Rovers and Rolls Royces were the choice of royalties and celebrities. King Hussein of Jordan's first car was a Rover 75 in 1952, and Grace Kelly drove a Rover 75, or she had someone drive one for her. This model was made between 1949 and 52. It had a top speed of 83 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 22 seconds, and delivered 23 miles to the gallon for a 2.1 or a 2.2 litre straight six. This particular model was not very popular and was discontinued in October 1952. The front grille changed, so perhaps it was something to do with the look of the car, but also I think this one had column change, and that wasn't very well liked because I don't think it was best positioned in the car. So that's the information on the Rover. I hope you like this car. It's something a bit different. I was wondering what to do with it when this idea came to me, as I was watching YouTube videos on the Peking to Paris rally. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you next week with another restoration. I leave you with the Rover 75 P4 Cyclops from around 1950-52. Thank you. Take care.